L. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Raz, dva, tři. Mluvím. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Zkouška signálu, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Halo, halo. Zkouška.
Raz, dva, raz, dva.
there'll be fireworks over Bratislava. The battle to enter the Tipsport Game Changer European MMA Middleweight Champions League finals with €1 million at stake. Octagon middleweight champion Kerim ENGIZEK will be representing Turkey once again. He's riding high on a 16-fight win streak and plans on conquering all of Europe. In the battle of a lifetime, he'll be going up against the unstoppable Dominik Humburger. In every bout, the Czech star shocked his opponents with his incredible strength and stamina. Will he bring an end to ENGIZEK's 10-year undefeated streak as well? A ruthless shootout between the hardest hitters in Octagon. Two highly respected strikers who want all their duels before the limit finally go head-to-head. Chepo versus Schwind. The second Tipsport Game Changer semi-final. Polish legend and world number 39 Jotko boasts 11 wins in the UFC organization. He'll be battling it out in the cage against the man who destroys the favorites to win. Iranian wrestler Hadjivan, who scored a sensational finish over Vavzhianyak in the quarterfinals. Lightweight number 2, champion of world organizations and Slovak legend, Ivan Buchinger will go face-to-face with the tough Irishman Smullen, who boasts experience in the UFC, 4 wins in Bellator and the scalp of Buchinger's biggest rival, Barbaric. There you go! Get ready for the much-anticipated Tipsport Game Changer reserve fight. One of Octagon's biggest names, middleweight number 4, Pirat Kristofic, who scored a KO victory over the legendary Vemola, is coming after the scalp of German lightning-quick KO machine, Amy Cordero. And you can also look forward to a battle between 2 world champions in stand-up fighting, as Marco Novak takes on Daniel Salaya. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Octagon 77, ENGIZEK versus Humburger. Purchase the pay-per-view and be transported to a front row seat for the entire tournament at octagon.tv.
Tak jdeme na to.
Let's do this.
Krásné, dobré odpoledne.
Good afternoon. My name is Adela, and we're Octagon.
Zítra nás čeká
Tomorrow, we're having Octagon 77, which is the 12th tournament proper, hosted here in Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. And it's important to say that since we've seen you first in Bratislava, there have been a lot of historical moments that we've brought you, and one of them, of course, has been the fastest KO delivered by Carlos Vemola at Octagon 47. And it's been 2 years, Kogai. Almost 2 years exactly, sorry. Hello?
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 Trošku nás zradila technika.
We've been betrayed by technology. I don't know if you can hear me well. Can you?
Slyšíte?
You
Úžasný.
can. Beautiful.
Potřebuju, ale stejně tak
But
funkční
I
mikrofon,
also need a
prosím.
functioning microphone, please.
Halo, a už fungujeme. Tak
We're back.
se vrátíme tam, kde jsme
Now
skončili.
let's get
Zrovna jsem mluvila
back
o
where we left off.
Carlosovi.
I was just
Chtěla
talking
jsem tam
about
dát
Carlos.
nějaký vtípek KO,
I was gonna
skončil
make a
mikrofon, ale
joke
nějak to
about a
nedokážete dobře
KO,
zformulovat.
but
Nevadí.
let's
Budou to
leave
2
that in the
roky
past.
od té doby,
It's
co
been
se
2
to Carlosovi
years
povedlo,
since
a od té
Carlos
doby to zatím
made this
nikdo
historical
nepřekonal.
moment, and it
Jestli to bude
hasn't been
zítra jinak,
bested
to je
since.
samozřejmě
And
ve
if
hvězdách.
tomorrow's the moment
Dalším
it
důležitým
changes, we'll
momentem
see.
Bratislavy byla
And
samozřejmě
in
zápas,
Bratislava,
který nesl
we
podtitul
also
Hra o trůny
saw
Bratislavy.
the Game of
O ten
Thrones
se před
for
více jak 60
Bratislava.
turnaji postaral Pirát Krištofič proti
Pirát Krištofič
Robo
versus Robo Pukač
To už
were
je
a
opravdu
part of that
dávno.
fight over
No,
60
nicméně,
tournaments ago,
Ivan
so it's been a
Buchinger,
long
legenda,
time.
legend
Ivan Buchinger
se,
is
tady v
a
Bratislavě
legend, of
představila
course.
dokonce už
He's
4krát
fought
pod
here
barvami
4
Octagonu.
times as
A
part of
pokaždé
Octagon.
úspěšně.
And
Zítra ho čeká
every single
5.
time he
zápas
came out
a
a winner.
věříme, doufáme, že se
And tomorrow
tady
is
v
his 5th
Bratislavě
fight, and we
poštěstí
hope
znovu.
that he'll be
Stejně tak
lucky
si
again.
Veronica Smolková před 2
Veronica
lety
Smolková
tady
2 years
odbyla
ago,
svoji
right
premiéru
here,
pod vlajkou
debuted.
Octagon. A tak dále, a tak dále. To je
And
historie.
so on and so on.
Každopádně
that's the history. But Bratislava rocks, and we hope that tomorrow won't be any different. Now, let's talk about what we can expect today. And I hope that we have a lot in store for you that you like. We'll be here for an hour and a half with you. And a part of this will be the public weigh-ins and stare-downs. That's the last moment at which our fighters will face off before they get locked in the cage tomorrow. So it's going to be an important moment. And of course, we have Gogi, we have Ondra, and Palo. And I just named all of them in all the orders just so they don't feel like they're less important than the other. And aside from the fighters, we'll be here with the co-owner of the organization and with the finalist of last year's Tipsport Game Changer. And that's going to be interesting, I believe, and we'll be playing for tickets for tomorrow's tournament. But I'm sure as good fans you already have tickets, but if you do win, you can gift them to a friend. So that's what we can expect, and now let's watch a teaser.
Stoppage. Daniel Schmidt. Veronica Smolková. And on top of that, the semi-final matchups of the Tipsport Game Changer with a €1 million prize pool. OKTAGON 77, October 4th, Tipos Arena, Bratislava.
As I've said and as we've seen, this card is packed. And now we're going to talk to a woman who, as I've said, debuted here with OKTAGON 2 years ago. And it's almost 2 years exactly, because her debut was on the 7th of October. And as we know, tomorrow's the 4th. So it's almost your anniversary. What we need to say is, well, please put your hands together. Veronica is on a 3-fight winning streak, and I can say personally that she is such a sunshine, even though she can be ruthless in the cage. This is your 5th fight, 4th here in Bratislava. So, do you like to fight at home better? Yeah, I'm excited about being back in the cage after 7 months. I'm excited, and I don't really care where it happens. I just love fighting. Veronica, how was making weight for you? Because last fight, and let's remind our audience, making weight wasn't the easiest because you had to cut your hair off. Well, this time it was way easier. And this is the first time that I haven't been on my period before a fight. So making weight has been so much easier, the best out of all of my preparations. What can we expect from you tomorrow in the cage? I believe that it will be a fun fight, and I want to come out winning. You had the chance to see your opponent in the morning, so what's your opinion of her, and did you have space to talk? I think my opponent is very sympathetic, and I just hope that she'll be very well prepared, because I want to put on a good show for the audience, and I really want to make it fun for the audience. I've said that you are on a 3-fight winning streak. Are you aiming for the title? Yeah, of course. I want to be the best in this division. And maybe even other divisions, we'll see. But yeah, my goal is to get the title. And we'll see when it happens. I've only had one fight this year because I was sick after that. And now I've been coming back slowly. But let's plan maybe one more fight and then go for the title next year. You're training with Lucia Sabová, so what does that bring you? Well, Lucka gives me so much. I love her. She's such a great person. We're very close. And training with her is great. I love training with her because she's such a wild child. And she's such a complete fighter, and I love spending time with her. And we're talking gym and outside of it. Veronica, you're about 24 hours out of the fight, so what are you going to be doing in the next day? I'll get a good night's sleep because I'm very tired. I haven't slept since Wednesday. So I'm going to catch some Z's, get some food, and I'm excited for tomorrow. Is there anything you want to say to the fans? Please come support me, and I hope that I'll give on the best performance I can. I really gave my all when I was preparing, so I hope to put on a show for you. Well, this was Veronica Smolková. Put your hands together. And now I'm gonna ask you, which one of you have tickets for tomorrow? Well, not that many people, but quite a good number. This is important info for you then. We have a little surprise, even big surprise. We don't know when, to who, or where, but tomorrow we'll be rewarding a very good Christmas gift. If you have tickets for tomorrow, upon entering, you may score the golden ticket. One person will get the VIP experience. So from your evening, we'll make it unforgettable. So that's just info for you. And if there's somebody here who doesn't have tickets, are you interested in scoring too? The lady there in the gray long sleeve was very quick, so if you want to compete and if you're an Octagon fan, please join us on the stage. And then the second competitor, neon green jacket, please come up, and it will be a women's face-off. If they join us. No, we're looking for a replacement competitor. Please come join us. I don't think we've ever had a women's face-off, so this will be the first. Oh, she's a Pirates fan. Hi, guys. I'm Kristina.
Carolina.
Kristina and Carolina. Those are two names that will definitely get confused in my head. Kristina, you're a fan of the Pirate. I'm not even going to ask about that, but how long have you been watching Octagon?
Since 2019.
All right, so since the fight of the century, please put your hands together. That's quite some time. And Carolina?
For the last 3 years, just that.
Well, that's quite a good time as well, so it's quite a balanced matchup, potentially. This is how it works. You'll have a stare down first, and then we'll move on to the competition. And this format is the first ever. We've never done this. And you guys on YouTube can also compete. And for all of you here, you'll see the hints on that TV to my right side. So, please, let's have the stare down. Yeah, like a fighter stare down. Well, you guys have to clap your hands. This looks intense. And info for you, you will see the hints over there on the little TV. Can you see well? Now let's come closer so that the audience can also see us.
A ještě vám vysvětlím princip soutěže.
I'll also explain the
Budou
rules.
se na obrazovce objevovat jména
On the
zápasníků
TV, we'll be seeing fighters' names, and our competitors will be guessing which fighter it is. I know that sounds easy, but we'll have the names a bit scrambled up, so that's where the key is. So if you know, just raise your hand. I'll come to you with the mic and then you can just tell me the right answer. Whoever has the most points wins. Now, let's please have the first hint.
Správnou odpověď. No, já vím, že se teď jako vyhlásíte, ale měli jste možnost. Jediné odvážné ženy stojí tady na pódium. Kristýna ví. Karolína, vidíte?
Oh, Kristýna víc, or sorry, Karolína.
Ano, je to Vlasto Čepo.
And yes, it is Vlasto
Poprosím
Čepo.
potlesk.
Please put your hands together.
První jméno, ale druhé jméno jsem věděla hneď.
I knew the last name right away. So 1 point to Karolína. Now let's see the second name.
To už vypadá trošku
Well, this looks a bit harder.
Aby tady naši fanoušci neradili. Říkám,
Now I'll ask you not to give hints from the audience. Christina was first this time, so who is it?
This is Dominic Humburger.
Správně, je to Dominic
And that's
Humburger.
correct, it's Dominic Humburger.
Holky, je to vyrovnaný.
Girls, it's 1-1.
No tak jo, nebudeme
All right,
zdržovat a
let's move
pojďme rovnou
on
na obrázek
and let's see
číslo
the
3.
third name.
Tak, kdo je tohle? Takhle, Kája kejvala sice, že zná odpověď, ale
nodded,
pravidla jsou
but
přihlášení.
she did not raise her hand, so Christy.
Ano, je to
It's Gogi.
Gogi, správně.
Yes, it's Gogi.
Úžasný. Tak,
That's amazing.
teď si myslím, že je to
And now I think it's 2-1. Is that correct?
musíš trošku zabrat.
Gaia, you have to work
Tak jdeme
harder.
na obrázek další.
Fourth picture.
A Kristý zase byla o něco rychlejší.
And
Kdo to je?
Christina was
Lucia
faster.
Sabová.
Lucia
Ano,
Sabová.
správně, je to Lucie
That's
Sabová.
correct, Lucia Sabová.
A musím teda říct, že
And I have to
výherce už
say
je
that
jasný,
the winner is
máme
clear
3
now.
body, ale přece
She
jenom
has
pro
3
zábavu
points, but
naší i
just for
vaší,
fun,
pojďme si ukázat
let's see
poslední
one
jméno
last name.
a hádat.
And let's guess.
Je to opravdu těžké.
And this one is
Taková
hard.
interní vsuvka, dávala jsem tuhle soutěž několika mým kolegům a tady jsme vždycky
I
narazili trošku
asked
na
my
problém.
colleagues to do this
Víte
before,
někdo z
and
vás,
they had
fanoušků?
trouble as well. Any fans
Hnědá
know?
mikina byl nejrychlejší.
Brown jacket was fastest,
tak, je
and
to
that's
finalista
correct. It's
loňského
Ronald
ročníku,
Paradeiser, the
Ronald
finalist of
Paradeiser.
last
Holky,
Tip Sport
jste
Game
naprosto
Changer.
skvělí.
Girls, you have been
Kristý, ty si můžeš
amazing.
zítřejší turnaj.
Christy, you
Kájo,
will
ty
enjoy
vždycky
tomorrow's
můžeš ještě
tournament.
pořídit na
Gaia, you can
ticketportal.sk
still
a věřím, že se tam
buy the
zítra
tickets at
potkáme. Naše úžasná
ticketportal.sk,
asistentka ti,
and I believe we'll see each other
stejným
tomorrow. And our
vstupem, jako se přišli,
assistant
předá
will
lístky a
give
užij
you
si
the
turnaj.
tickets at the entrance and have fun.
Ahoj.
Thanks.
Tak jo, a měli bychom teda probraný program,
Okay,
měli
so
bychom výherce.
now we
Bylo
have
to
this
náročné, že?
done. It was
Měli bychom
quite
výherce
difficult, wasn't it?
lístků a musíme
We have the
probrat
winners
jedno
of the
takové,
first
ať už
tickets, and
oblíbené
now it's
nebo
time
neoblíbené
for a topic
téma,
that
ale
some might
zkrátka
enjoy and
téma,
some
a
might
to
not.
je outfit.
And the
Víš, čím
topic
jsi zítra
is
na turnaj?
your outfit. Gogi, do you know what you're wearing tomorrow?
Gogi to ještě neví, já
Gogi
už to
doesn't
vím,
know yet,
a
but
jestli to
I do.
nevíte i vy, mám
And
pro
if
vás
you
doporučení,
don't,
protože
I
jak
have a
už
recommendation
tradičně
for you,
víte,
because
v
as
rámci
usually,
zítřejšího turnaje bude
for
součástí
tomorrow's
OKTAGON
event,
Store stánek.
we
Tam můžete
also have
pořídit
our
ať už
OKTAGON
dres,
Store.
nebo tričko, nebo mikinu,
You
zkrátka,
can
co
get a
uznáte za vhodný.
jersey,
A přece
a
jenom
t-shirt,
pokud by už jste
a
věděli,
jumper,
v čem zítra chcete dorazit,
as usual.
můžete využít
And if you
aktuální
know what
slevu
you're about to wear
15%
tomorrow, you
na
can use
všechny
this
dresy na
discount,
OKTAGON Store.
15%
A to už se
for all
vyplatí.
jerseys at
Můžete
our
se
OKTAGON
podívat
Store.
na dresy třeba
With this
Piráta,
code on
který
the
je
screen,
součástí
you can get
zítřejší karty,
Pirates jersey,
nebo
who's
Vlasta
fighting
Čepa
tomorrow.
a
You can get
zkrátka
Vlasto Čepa,
všechny
who's
dresy,
also
které
fighting
OKTAGON
tomorrow, and
Store
all
nabízí.
the other jerseys
Jak už jsem jednou
available
řekla,
at
Vánoce
the
se
OKTAGON
blíží, i
Store.
když se to moc nezdá.
Christmas
Kdo ví,
are
jestli
coming,
merch do té
it's
doby
coming
ještě
very
nějakou takovou
soon,
speciální
so
akci využije.
maybe you could
Pořídíte
use this
s
to get
kódem
some
OKTAGON
presents
77
quickly.
a máte
Use
na
our
to
code
buď dnešní, anebo
OKTAGON77 and
zítřejší
you can
den.
use it today
Tak to by
and
bylo.
tomorrow. Okay,
Ještě
so we
bych vám teda
have
možná řekla
that
jednu
over
věc.
with.
Pokud byste chtěli
Maybe
tady
one more
kučáka
thing.
domů do obýváku,
If you
já teda
want
nedoporučuju tohle
this piece of
velkýho
chimp
udělat
into your
víc
living
škody
room,
než užitku
well, I
občas,
wouldn't
tak
recommend
si ho
it
na
because
OKTAGON
he's
Store
quite
můžete pořídit
dangerous,
hned
but
ve dvou
you can
různých
buy this
velikostech.
guy at the
To
OKTAGON
by bylo,
Store in
dáme
2
si
different
velmi,
sizes.
ale velmi krátkou přestávku
We have a
a potom
very
si
short
probereme
break
detailní
and we'll
rozbor a
talk
tipy,
in
sázky,
detail
veškeré spekulace
about what's
z Rony
happening
Paradeiser.
tomorrow, and we'll be
Děkuju,
talking to
vidíme se
Ronnie
za chvilku.
Paradeiser. See you soon.
Which two warriors will enter the gates of the Tip Sport Game Changer €1 Million Finals? The following two battles will decide. Kerim ENGIZEK versus Dominik Humburger. The legend of German MMA and the king of the middleweight division against OKTAGON's new phenom.
Dominik Humburger to znovu dokázal.
The proud soldier of the Czech army. Krzysztof Jotko versus Hojad Hajivand. The Polish hurricane aims to sweep away the German warrior with Iranian roots.
That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it.
The essence of martial arts in Europe's most prestigious MMA tournament.
Tak to je šos, který se tady právě stal. He does it, the first man to TKO KO.
The Tip Sport Game Changer semi-finals start tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ronnie
Tak
Paradeiser.
já budu tady.
Where do you want to sit?
Tak jdem na to.
Okay.
Ahojte všetky vás pozdravujem.
Hi everybody.
Tak Rony, vrcholem
Okay, Ronnie.
zítřejšího večera je samozřejmě
So tomorrow
vrchol
we
letošní
have
ligy mistrů MMA a
the
to je
semi-finals
Game Changer.
of the
Ty,
Game
jakožto
Changer.
velmi pověřená osoba, co se Game Changeru týče,
You
nám
know
o
the
tom
Game
něco
Changer
málo
quite
můžeš
well,
říct,
so
protože
you have
jsi
some
se dostal
experience with it
v
and you can tell us
loňském
something about it
roce
because
až do
last
finále.
year you were
Tak
the
mi řekni, jak
finalist.
moc náročné je vlastně
So
tu
tell me,
pyramidu celou
how
absolvovat?
difficult is it going through the entire pyramid? Yeah, it's a pyramid, it's very difficult, it's getting more and more difficult. For example, Jotko is huge for 84 kilos, so it's getting more and more difficult. We saw it at the weigh-ins when Jotko didn't make weight. I think he will get into the final and he will have to face an even more difficult opponent. So this is something that you don't have with regular fights. Of course, you can have problems at the weigh-ins, some injuries. And if your preparation is difficult, you kind of need to get over it, but with the pyramids, it's more and more difficult each time.
Loňský rok 4 zápasy,
Last year, you had 4 fights. This year, only one. Will we see you? We might see you this year once again, but what do you prefer? Well, last year, it was the best year of my life. I was getting a lot of wins, I really enjoyed it, but this year, it was quite difficult on my health, probably because of the pyramid, but I'm sure this year I will have 2 fights, so don't talk about that. Well, I have no background information, that's all just a big secret, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, you're here from from Slovakia, and you were the finalist last year. You got very, very far, and this time Dominik Humburger, if he manages to win tomorrow, he will get to the same position as you did last year. Yeah, good luck to him. I even wrote an analysis for Tip Sport. I think Humburger will win tomorrow. And even if he wins the entire pyramid, that would be the cherry on top, having a Czech or Slovak winner of this European pyramid. It would be a great reward for the Czechs and the Slovaks. Okay, so let's say that one side of the pyramid will be won by Humburger. So who do you think he'll be fighting in the final? Definitely Krzysztof Jotko. He's a huge favorite. In my eyes, he's the favorite of the entire pyramid. And once again, good luck to him. Let me say one more thing. Because Surdu was fighting the winner, and if Jotko wins again, this would mean that Surdu is basically cursed in the Game Changer. Yeah, that's true. I always like to remember this moment. What are you doing, Gogi? You mentioned Surdu. In the first year, he showed us a double KO. We've never seen before, so your partner from your gym is really fighting very, very difficult opponents, but he's giving us at the same time recognizable and very memorable moments. That's true. Okay, so that's Game Changer. And now let's take a look at the entire card for tomorrow. On the second slide, you can see the pyramid, or actually you can see the tips. is by Tip Sport. So let's start with the last fight. Or actually the first fight for tomorrow. You can watch it as part of the YouTube free prelims. This is Montagnac against Mateusz Ducmal. I was surprised by the fact that Ducmal is one of the 4 biggest outsiders of the tournament. What do you think about this? I don't think he's such a huge outsider. This fight will be very interesting. And Montagnac, he's lost to Vosgrone, and I think that hurt his ego a little bit, so I think this fight will be very difficult for him because his motivation might be lacking tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing that one. Let's move on to the next one. Monika Chochlikova will be fighting after 3 years in Octagon, and she's the absolute favorite of tomorrow's tournament. It's 1.08 for tomorrow. 1.8. And she'll be fighting someone who has her MMA debut. Chochlikova has to be, of course we have Sabová too, but she has to be one of the best fighters in stand-up. She won the World Championships, and I'm really looking forward to seeing her in Octagon again and showing the beauty of female or women's MMA. We don't really know much about her opponent because she doesn't have much experience. So how difficult is it preparing for your opponent when they don't have any experience? Well, I haven't had that situation in a long time because I've been fighting very experienced fighters. But you know, you just have to wait and see what they do. It might even be a little bit easier because it's more difficult when your opponent has more experience. And you really have to pay a lot of attention, and that kind of ties you down. But I think Chochlikova will manage to win. She's really used to it. So in the second fight, we think Monika Chochlikova will get the win. Let's see the third one. This is Karol Ryšavý and Aiton. Aiton Depa fought 2 weeks ago where he lost, and at the same time he also fought at Eden. So he's really fighting a lot this year. And what do you think about this fight? And have you had the chance to meet Karol at the gym? Yeah, we met at the gym a couple of times, but not that very often. I usually train at Ankos, he's in Trnava, and he went to Thailand, so he had a very good preparation, and I think that after Batfalski he will come back and show us a good performance. Karol is the outsider, but his opponent has just suffered a loss. So what do you think about this? Well, I think it's because of the loss to Batfalski. I think the fans might be a little bit confused, but in my eyes, Ryšavý is the favorite. So I'm telling you, these are good odds for Karol. Let's move on. This is the second female fight on tomorrow's card. It's Veronica Smolková and Anna Araujo. If we take a look at the odds, it's quite clear. What do you think about this? I saw Veronica, she's in a great mood, she's ready, she's hungry. I think the result is clear. I want Veronica to get her dream, and then she might get a title shot. You're repeating the same thing. So Tomáš Cigánik, he's the out of the odds. And he will be fighting Konrad Dirška, who fought last time at Octagon 49. That was in 2023. So what do you think about this, and do you agree with the odds? Well, for Cigánik, this is a huge challenge, probably the biggest he's ever faced. But I think Dirška isn't the fighter who always brings his best game. For example, in his fight with Široký, his performance wasn't great, it wasn't dominant or stable. I think that Tomáš Cigánik has a chance to win tomorrow. Of course, fingers crossed for him, he's from here, I'm rooting for him. And the 2.24 is very interesting, I would definitely bet on that. The next fight is Novák and Zolaja. Ondřej Novotný called this a striker's banger. What do you think about this? Yeah, I agree. They're really good strikers, both of them. We saw Zolaya and his brother in Octagon. Zolaya is a great striker, and this will be really looking forward to seeing the entire card. It's really balanced. Some of the fighters are very, very similar, and I think in this fight it will be very leveled all the way to the end. Then we have Kristofic and Cordero. There was something going on between them on the socials, so the fight will be very attractive. And Cordero has had a really long streak of wins, and Pirat hasn't won for 2 years. He lost very badly this year. Do you think he'll be more careful or maybe more hungry for the win? Of course, Kristofic is here at home and he's gonna get the win, but it's going to be a very difficult fight. Kristofic, his last win was a beautiful KO against Vemola, and I think he'll come back, he'll get the win. Cordero will be very difficult. There will be a lot of brawling, but I think Kristofic will get the deciding shot and get the win. We have another legend, Ivan Buchinger. He has to fight in Bratislava just like every single time. He'll be fighting Richie Smolin. Both of these fighters have beaten Barborík. So what do you think about this? The odds are 1.87 for both. I'm a huge fan of Ivan Buchinger. It's such a huge name of Slovakian MMA. Whenever anyone disses him, I also react. I have to defend him. He's a legend. He's my idol. And he still shows us that even now he's at the very top. He doesn't pick and choose his fighters. He always fights really well. I think Smolin will be very good for Ivan's particular style. Smolin is not that good in stand-up. I think Buchinger will get his face beaten in the first round and then win in the second or third. Yeah, that's why we call him the diesel motor of the fighters. So do you think these fighters will be striking or will it be a wrestling fight? Well, Buchinger is both good, both standing up or wrestling. When I fought him, I was so careful about the takedowns, but then he started landing these hits like standing up, so I was really confused that he's beating me standing up. I think Buchinger is really well-rounded, and it's all about the fitness level or the cardio of Richie Smolin if he can actually finish the fight. Let's move on to one of the two semifinals for tomorrow. This is Krzysztof Jotko and Hodža Kadževant. The odds, Jotko is 1.10 and Kadževant 5.59. Do you think the odds should be this way? Yeah, I think so. Jotko is at a completely different level. He has experience from UFC. He showed it when he beat the champion Surdu, and he didn't give any opportunities to Surdu to get that win back in the fight. And I think this is a clear favorite and a clear favorite to get the absolute win of the entire pyramid. And now we have Vlasto Čepo and Daniel Schwind. Do you sometimes get the time to train with Čepo? Yeah, sometimes, but not regularly. I think Čepo and Schwind will be the fight of the night. They're just crazy. They won't wait a single second to get into it. There will be no tactics involved. Čepo will just start with the fireworks, Schwind will catch on, and this will be the fight of the night. Yeah, I think this will be a very attractive fight because both of these fighters are on a winning streak. So we will see who gets the last loss after a long time. It's the pre-main event. Vlasto Čepo is 1.31 and Daniel Schwind 3.11. Those are the odds. And now the main fight of tomorrow's card. ENGIZEK and HUMBURGER. Dominic Hamburger has always been the outsider, but it seems like it suits him because he's on a winning streak. Yeah, as I said, fingers crossed for him. I'm rooting for him. And if he gets the win tomorrow, he gets into the final. That would be a huge success for him because he came to Octagon from KSW and he's really doing really well here. I think he can get the win tomorrow. ENGIZEK is the champ, so this is almost like a little bit of a title fight. And if Dominic gets the win, that would be a huge win for him. And I'm rooting for him once again. And now tell us, which fight are you looking forward to seeing the most? Ivan Buchinger, definitely. He's a legend. Okay, this was Ronald Paradeiser. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Ronnie, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Tak jo, poprosím tady trošičku poupravit
I'll
stage.
ask for the stage to be moved a bit, and we'll be playing another game with some of you in the audience. We're competing for 2 more tickets, and you will be able to see Ronnie tomorrow during round 0 before the tournament, hosted by Oliver Salus, our great colleague, and his traditional guests will be Jan Malach and Paolo Neruda. So this will be the last moment where they will together talk about how these fights will go and about their predictions. And right after round 0, we'll start the tournament. And I'll ask again, who's missing tickets for tomorrow's tournament? Well, these 2 hands shot up so quickly. So dark blue jacket and red jacket, please join me on stage. I'm really glad that you feel so confident because we like that. So again, we'll go in with the new format of the competition. You'll also see the hints on the TV. And you can try to compete at home, see if you can guess. Hello guys, you're all ready. And let's come forward on the stage. Hi, what's your name?
Ahoj, Lukáš.
Lukáš.
Hi, what's your name?
Lukáš a Igor.
Igor.
Výborně.
Beautiful.
Kluci, viděli jste první
Guys, have you seen the first competition?
A
Yeah,
jak jste si vedli?
How did you do?
Takže
I knew everything.
nabral odvahu,
So
až
that's
po
why you
ženách, jak ti
got
ukázali, jak se
the
to dělá, že
courage
si můžeš taky zasoutěžit.
after the women showed you how to
Igor,
do
ty jsi se
this?
vedl jak?
How did you do?
yeah, I knew everything in a second.
Já si osobně trošku myslím, že
That's
tahle soutěž
beautiful.
je
I
o
personally
něco
think that
těžší, tak
this
jsem
one will be a bit
samozřejmě
harder,
zvědavá, jak vám to
so I'm
půjde.
curious to
Já
see
si
how
tady
you
u vás
do.
udělám takhle krok
I will step
stranou, ať
aside
dobře vidíte
so that
na
you can
ledku.
see
A
the TV
princip
well,
je velmi
and
podobný.
the
Teď
principle will
akorát
be
nepůjde o
very
písmenka,
similar.
ale
We won't
ukážeme
be
si pár
switching
fotek
letters,
a vy
but
velmi
we'll
jednoduše
be
musíte
seeing
uhádnout,
photos,
o kterého
and
z
you
našich
have to guess
zápasníků
which
nebo
fighter's
zápasnic
on
se
the
jedná.
photo.
Princip zůstává stejný. Jakmile znáte
And of
správnou
course,
odpověď,
once you know, just
přihlásíte
raise
se,
your hand,
já vás vyzvu k odpovědi.
and I'll
Pokud
ask
máte
you for the
správnou
answer.
odpověď,
If the answer's
získáváte
correct, you get a
lístky
point.
na zítřejší turnaj. Tak jo, jdeme na to.
Now
Poprosím
let's
první
go.
obrázek.
First picture, please.
Tak a Igor velmi
Well,
rychle.
Igor was very quick.
To není Buchinger.
That's
a
not Buchinger.
Jak počkaj? Není to Buchinger,
It's not Buchinger.
takže nevíš.
No, I
Já
made a
vám dám
mistake.
jakovou jednu nápovědu.
Well,
je to
I have a hint.
finalista
It's a finalist
irsko-anglické
of
výzvy.
the Ireland versus England
A Lukáš
Octagon
se
Challenge.
přihlásil.
Lukáš,
Kdo to může být?
who is it?
Ve Frankfurtu měl instagramový vyvrcholení
He had
zápasu
a
s Peterem Gabelem.
Instagram thing
Je to
with...
frimpong, je to
Gabel.
tak. Takže
You're right, it is
Lukáš
Frimpong.
získává bod.
Lukáš gets the
a
point.
trošku vám zlepším náladu, tahle byla možná ta
And
vůbec
this may have
nejtěžší.
been the hardest
Poprosím
one, just
další
to calm you
obrázek.
down. Now let's see the next one.
A kdo může
Who
být
is
tohle?
this?
Já si tak i dívám tady do davu, jestli
I'm watching around
víte,
for the audience
nevíte,
to see if they
spekulujete.
know.
Z toho mám radost, už se tady na mě
And that makes me
klučina usmívá, že
happy.
ví.
This boy's
Tak co?
smiling at me.
Igor Lukáš.
So, do you guys know?
Víš?
Sabová.
Není to Sabová, Lukáš
It's not
dostane
Sabová.
možnost.
Lukáš,
Smolková.
Není to Smolková.
It's not Smolková.
Poprosím produkci, ukažte nám teda kompletní
Production,
fotku,
can you
a kdo
show
se dřív
us?
přihlásí. A
whoever
Igor.
raises their hand first.
A je to Dalaslan.
And it is
Tak jo,
Dalaslan.
Teď jsem... Ano, je to 1:1. Děláte nám to
And
kluci,
it's 1-1.
kluci
You're
zajímavější.
making it interesting,
Poprosím
guys.
potlesk, kluci jsou trošku
Please put
nervózní,
your hands
protože jim to
together.
moc nejde.
These guys are a
Na
bit
to, jak
nervous
se
because they
hrnuli
haven't been
po ženách.
doing the best.
Nevadí.
But
Tak,
that's
pojďme si
alright.
ukázat třetí obrázek.
Now let's see the third picture.
A Lukáš velmi
Lukáš shot
rychle
up.
zvednutá ruka.
Cigáník.
Není to cigáník.
It's not
Kluci,
cigáník.
co s váma dneska je?
What's up with you guys?
Igor má?
Makhmuradov?
Je to Makhmuradov.
It is
Ano, poprosím
Makhmuradov.
potlesk. Správně.
So please put your hand
2-1.
together. It's 2-1.
No tak jo, tak pojďme dál.
Alrighty then, let's see the next one.
Igor.
Igor.
Je to tentokrát Buchinger.
It is
ano,
Buchinger.
Je to správně.
That's
Získáváš
correct.
2 lístky na
And
zítřejší
you're
turnaj,
the one to
ale
get the 2 tickets
abyste
for
to měli
tomorrow's
trošku
tournament.
zábavnější, protože ten
But to
začátek
make it
nebyl
more interesting,
úplně,
because we had a
jak
very
jsem
slow
vrcholný
start
šampiona.
with this
Pojďme si
competition.
tuhle
Let's see
skvělou
the
hru
last
dohrát,
one.
protože věřím, že
Because
nás teď
I
sledují lidi
believe
na
that
YouTube, kteří si
the
tohle
people
stejně
on
tak jako já
YouTube will
užívají.
want to see
Tak jdeme
this.
dál.
Let's
A
move on.
Lukáš byl dřív.
Ondro.
Je to Ondra.
It
Je to
is
Novotný, je to
Ondra.
tak.
Ondřej Novotný, that's correct.
Paradoxně jste tohle zvládli.
And ironically,
uhádnout
you were very
nejčastěji a
fast to guess
nejrychleji.
this.
Nejrychleji. No,
This was
nevadí,
the fastest
pojďme
response
dál.
out of all of them. Let's move on.
Nejdelší ruce na scéně. Kdo to
The
může být?
longest arms.
Je to Matěj Peňáz.
And it is
Výborně.
Matěj Peňáz.
Kluci, teď,
Beautiful.
když už známe vítěze, vás to začalo bavit a začalo vám to
Now
i
that we
trošku
know
jít.
who the winner
No,
is,
pojďme
you
ještě.
get into it. That's interesting.
Lukáš mě
Next
tady
one.
vyzývá, že máme pokračovat. Igor byl rychlejší.
Matouš Kohout.
Je to Matouš
And it
Kohout.
is
Je to
Matouš
tak.
Kohout.
Řekla jsem, začali jsme tím těžším.
We began
A
with the
teď už
harder
se zdá
stuff, and
víc to
now
pro
you're
naše
all
fanoušky
connected and
jednoduché.
in it.
Pojďme dál.
Let's see the next one.
Kdo může být tohle? Lukáš, jasně.
Will Flaherty.
Je to Will
And
Fleury,
it is
jediný
Will
aktuální
Fleury,
dvojnásobný
the
šampion
only double
Octagonu.
champ
Správně.
Octagon has right
A tím si
now.
myslím, že naše úžasná
And
soutěž
that's
končí.
the end of
Já
our
doufám, že
beautiful
vás to
competition.
bavilo.
I
Dejte
hope
nám
you
na
enjoyed
YouTube vědět,
this,
kolik
and
jste
let
měli
us know
správných
on
odpovědí.
YouTube how many
A
correct
třeba si
answers you
tuhle
managed to
soutěž
get.
někdy ještě
And
zopakujeme.
maybe we'll do this
Igore,
again
já
in
ti
the future.
gratuluju,
Igor,
naše úžasná
congratulations.
kolegyně ti
Our
cestou zpátky
colleague
předá
will
vstupenky
give you the
a užij
tickets
si
on your
zítřejší
way
turnaj.
from the stage and have fun.
Děkujeme.
Thank you.
Tak jo, to bychom měli teda rozdané
Alrighty,
lístky a jak už
that's
jsem
the
řekla,
tickets.
veškeré spekulace,
And as I
tipy,
said, all
sázky,
speculations,
predikce
tips,
máme u nás v
predictions.
Octagonu opravdu rádi.
We
a právě
love
proto Octagon
those.
spustil vůbec
And
poprvé
that's why Octagon has
oficiální
started
fantasy ligu.
the
Co to pro
first
vás znamená?
fantasy league
Můžete si
officially.
vybrat
And what does that
3
mean for you? You can
zápasníky, na
choose
které
3
na daném turnaji
fighters
sázíte. A stejně
that you
tak
will bet
způsob
on
ukončení.
a
A co
given
za to?
tournament.
Za to
And you
samozřejmě
can pick
sbíráte
the way
body,
that
které
they're
pak
going
můžete
to
proměnit v
win.
hodnotné ceny.
And for that, you can
Aktuálně
get
si můžete
points
naskenovat
and win
QR kód,
prizes.
který
Now you can
který vás
scan the
přímo
QR
navede k
code that
registraci.
will let
A co
you
je nutné
register.
říct, na zítřejší
And
turnaj
what's important to
už
say,
draft
you
nestíháte.
cannot
Ale
draft players for
můžete se
tomorrow's tournament, but you can
zaregistrovat a
register
dát
for
své
the next
tipy
one.
na Octagon
You
78,
can
který
guess
se odehraje už za
the
dvě
winners of
soboty
Octagon
v Kolíně.
78. That's
Je
happening in
určitě
2
o co hrát.
weeks in
Registrace
Cologne, and
spouštíme
there
15.
are prizes
října
to
a
fight
následně
for to
uzavíráme
win.
17.
So
října, den
you will
před
be
turnajem.
able
Takže
to
pokud jste to
place
teď
your bets
promeškali,
between the 15th and the 17th of October. So if you didn't manage to do so this time, don't forget to do it for the next tournament.
Na to, na co všichni čekáte,
And what's
pojďme
coming
se
next?
pobavit s aktéry
Let's
zítřejšího
talk with
turnaje.
the
Jako
fighters you'll
první
see at
přivítejme
tomorrow's tournament.
Ivana
First, let's
Buchingera.
welcome Ivan Buchinger.
Čau, Buki!
Hi, Buki.
Hello. Is this thing on? Okay. Hi, everybody.
Buki, jak šla
Hi.
váha?
So how was making weight?
Jak šla váha?
How was making weight?
Velmi dobře.
Went
Pořád
great.
usmíváš.
Very. It was great. I'm always
Musím
smiling. You
říct,
know me.
Ivane,
I have
tvoje
to
to
say,
bylo
Ivan,
56.
that this is your
schazování.
56th
Tak vnímáš
weight
nějaký
cut.
rozdíl, už je to
Is it
součást
different
roboty,
from
anebo
the
to
previous
pořád stejně
time?
bolí?
Is it
Že
still
poviem pravdu,
painful?
že nesadzoval som celý život, sadzovať som
Well, I haven't
začal
been
vtedy,
cutting
keď
weight
som
for
vyšiel do
that
Nemecka a
long.
vtedy
I
som
only
začal
started doing
sadzovať
that when I
normálne
started
do
fighting in
6,
Germany.
tam ma naučili,
I started
že
cutting
čo,
into
ako mám
66
robiť.
kilos. They
A
learned,
teraz
they
mal
taught
som
me how
taký
to do
pomoc,
that.
že výživa a poradca samo mi pomáhal,
And,
že napísal, že čo mám jesť,
Some people
kedy
were
mám
helping
jesť,
me, you know,
koľko mám
what
jesť.
to eat, when to eat, how
A
much
to
to
som
eat.
postupne robil
And
a
I
veľmi
was
dobre a
taking their
ľahko išla tá
advice,
váha dole.
and making weight was very
Pátý
easy.
zápas v Bratislavě.
Your
Ten tě
5th fight
čeká
in
zítra.
Bratislava.
Tak,
That's what's
raději
awaiting you
zápasíš doma,
tomorrow.
anebo v
Do you like
zahraničí?
fighting
Tlak
here
nebo
better than
odpovědnost?
abroad?
Akože určite hej, tu na, lebo predtým som
Hey,
mal furt
definitely I
zápasy v
prefer it here
zahraničí a nemal
because
som
before I
žiadne
used to
publikum
fight
a
abroad. I
tu
didn't
na
have any
Bratislave,
fans
že mám
there, but here in Bratislava I have so many fans and I'm really happy about that.
When you were prepping, your opponent changed. So your new opponent, how did you study him? How did you try and read him and what did you find out?
Well, I didn't study anything, you know. I'm ready for everyone all the time. I don't care who I fight.
And can you tell us what's going to happen tomorrow in the cage?
Well, I have some plans in my head, but I know that both of us are, you know, we can brawl. He's also very good on the ground. I think that even if it's on the ground or if we're shooting, yeah, it's gonna be intense.
Your biggest fan, and we see him at every tournament, is your son. What I want to know is he gonna be there tomorrow, and is your daughter gonna be there?
Yeah, he's hidden over there, and yeah, they will all be there tomorrow.
That's beautiful. And is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, I just want to let you know, do come and support us tomorrow. These fights will be brutal. I'll be there too, that's also clear. Also, I want to show you what's left in me.
And tell me, you have the last 24 hours before the fight. What are you going to do in those 24 hours before entering the cage?
I go home, I get something to eat what my dietitian told me, and now I took my dog for a walk. And then what next? After the weigh-in, I went and did some shopping, another walk with the dog. And tomorrow I just wait until the evening for the whole day.
Beautiful, that's a regular day for Ivan Buchinger, and then he'll just make a stop at the cage. This was Ivan Buchinger, thank you. And now let's talk with another important man, maybe one of the most important ones. He is the co-owner and promoter, Paolo Neruda.
Čaute, ahoj, Bratislava.
Hi everybody, hello Bratislava, hello Eurovia.
Čau.
Hi Paolo.
Hi there.
I'm doing okay, are you cold?
It's quite warm here, but you are really cold, so let's do it.
Tomorrow, we're going to see the semi-finals of Tipsport Game Changer for the first time in Bratislava. So how big is this for the town?
It's huge. It might never happen again, and it's gonna, both of these semi-finals are going to be huge, because then we end up getting the finalists at the end of the year, the finalists who fight for €300,000. And the most important thing is Dominik Humburger and his story of the underdog. Nobody believed in him, and now he gets to fight the champ, ENGIZEK. What a story, and truly a world-class fight.
Captain America, aka Captain Czech America, Dominik Humburger, that's right. But of course, this year, this Game Changer, we've seen some interesting matchups in the semi-finals. Jotko, ENGIZEK, Humburger, Kačevan. Did you expect these to fight against one another?
Honestly, I didn't expect this. I was expecting Hume, maybe Čepo getting into the semi-finals, but in the end it was different. Jotko was one of the favorites since the very beginning, and that's true, but Kačevan, he was just so lucky to be able to get that far, but he also deserved it. So that might be the biggest shock of the entire tournament tomorrow.
That's right. And tomorrow, what are you looking forward to the most?
It's
gotta be Čepo against Schwint. That's gonna be a war. Don't miss that. Even if you're in attendance or watching at home, don't go to the toilet, because this is gonna be a very short fight. We saw it at the weigh-ins. They were standing face to face. There was so much energy between them. It was interesting today, and it will be even more interesting tomorrow.
In one fight, we've been seeing a shootout, and that's Pirat and Cordero, who have been shooting shots on the socials. So what do you think about this fight? It is a huge fight.
Myslím si, že Pirát, tak tomu budete asi fandiť
Well, I
všetci
think
tu v
that you will be
Bratislave.
all rooting
Bude
for
hraný domáci
Pirát
publikum.
here in Bratislava.
A proti
He will
nemu
be getting a lot of
Cordero,
energy
človek, ktorý
from
už
the
má,
fans.
myslím, 10
But
zápasov.
Cordero, he's already
A
had 10
mnohí ho
fights
podceňujú, ale
in
je to
Octagon.
všestranný
Many
bojovník,
people
má
think he's
parádne
an underdog.
KOčka.
He's very
A
well
jedno,
balanced.
tuším,
He has
najrychlejšie
great
to nejakých 22
KOs.
sekúnd zo
And I think
Štvanice
he
zrovna.
has a
A má tú ranu.
22-second
Takže
KO
to
from
prvé kolo
Štvanice, and
môže
he
byť,
has a
veľmi nebezpečné
powerful
pre Piráta
strike,
a
so it
myslím
could
si,
be
že to
very
bude
dangerous for
tiež
Pirate
dobrá
tomorrow,
sekanica.
and this will
Na
be a
to
war
se
too.
velmi těšíme a Paolo, já
We're
se
looking
nemůžu
forward to
nezeptat,
that a lot.
možná,
And here's a
dáš
question that
tady
I have to
někomu nějaké
ask.
tipy.
Are you
Máš
going to give
vybrané
any
své tři
tips?
favority ve
And do you
fantasy?
have your 3 favorites in the fantasy
Mám,
league?
ale to neviem, či by som mal povedať.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if I'm
Nemusíš,
supposed
ono,
to tell
diváci
you.
už
And you don't have
naštěstí,
to. The
nebo bohužel
audience,
nemůžou
fortunately,
vsázet, ale
or
stačí nám, že máš
I
své
don't know if
favority
fortunately
a
they
že
can't
ta
bet for
hra
this one,
běží.
but we know
Ještě
that
mi
you have
řekni,
your
tady v
favorites and
rámci
we know that you
Bratislavy
could bet for the next
nedávno
one.
vznikl
Here in
nádherný
Bratislava,
murál na oslavu našich
We've seen
zápasníků.
a
Tak,
huge
co mi k
mural
tomu
has
řekneš?
been created of the
Že to je veľká vec,
fighters.
že Bratislava má
It's a
vlastne
huge
takú
thing.
obrovskú stenu, kde sú
Bratislava has
vlastne
a-
naši bojovníci a
a
OKTAGON a
wall
pripomienka tohto
filled
turnaja,
with our
ale aj toho, čo
Octagon
robíme, že
fighters.
OKTAGON vlastne vznikol tu na
It's
Slovensku.
what we do, because
OKTAGON
Octagon
výzvou,
was
vraciame sa
born
sem
here
domov
with the
na
Octagon
štadión
Challenge. We're
Ondreja
coming
Nepeľu,
back
ten
to
najväčší, aký tu
the
je.
stadium,
Bude
the
tu
Ondrej
fantastická
Nepela
atmosféra
Stadium,
zajtra a to
the
všetko
atmosphere
podľa mňa
tomorrow will
pripomína
be
ten
amazing,
veľký
and this is what the
mural,
huge
takže ja sa
mural
na to veľmi
is
teším.
trying to
A
convey. I'm
ešte
really
ho aj
looking
sprejovala
forward
jedna
to
veľká
tomorrow.
svetová sprejovská legenda, takže
And it was
to je
also
tiež niečo, čo
done by
ma teší.
a street art
Uzavřeme
legend.
tenhle rozhovor
Now let's
otázkou
close this
přímo
off
tobě
with
na
a
tělo, protože
question
my
that's
všichni víme, že
fitted
seš
to you.
velkým
We know that
fanouškem
you're a
ženských
huge
zápasů.
fan of the
Monika
women's fights.
Chochlíková se po
Monika
3 letech
Chochlíková is
jakožto
back after 3
absolutně
years,
světová postojářská
and
hvězda
she's a
představí
world-class
zítra v zápase.
striker.
Co můžeme čekat?
What can we expect?
Prestrelku, pretože to bude podľa pravidel
It's going to be a brawl again.
undergroundu, takže to bude
We
veľká
have the
sekanica
underground
postojov,
rules
to si
for
už
that.
nechajte ujsť.
It's going to
Je to naozaj,
be
že
very intense,
zápas
a striking
svetovej
fight,
úrovne
and
v
it's a
rámci ako
world-class fight
postojárskeho
when it
bojových
comes to
športov.
striking.
Pretože Monika Chochlíková vyhrala
Monika
asi všetko, čo sa
Chochlíková
dalo,
managed to win almost
naprieč
everything
Muay
she
Thai
could
K1 a
in
takisto
Muay
je
Thai
superka, ktorá je
K1,
dvojnásobná šampiónka Španielka,
and her opponent
španielská
is a
víťazka,
double champ from
Queen of
Spain.
Queens.
She won the
Proste
Queen of
absolútne
Queens
akože
contest.
svetový zápas. Nie, na
Once
začiatku
again, a
karty, takže to bude
world-class contest at the
začínať
very
ostra.
beginning of the card, so it will be a sharp
Těšíme se
start.
moc. Pali, já ti moc
And
děkuju.
we're looking forward to it.
To je
Paolo,
Ďakujem.
thank you very much,
To
and
byl
that's
Paolo
it.
Neruda.
This was Paolo Neruda.
A z mé strany už se to blíží také
And
ke konci.
I'm
Vy se teď
wrapping up
můžete
here
těšit na
slowly.
hlavní
What you can
program
look forward to
dnešního
is the
odpoledne,
main
a to je
program
veřejné vážení,
of this afternoon, which is the
staredowny
public
a
weigh-ins and the
spoustu
staredowns
další zábavy.
and many
Moje
more
jméno je
fun
Adela.
things.
Ahoj.
My name is Adela. Bye.
OKTAGON Fantasy, Europe's first official MMA fantasy league. Free for all fans. Register. Choose 3 fighters. Earn points. Win prizes. And unforgettable experiences. Start playing right now. Free on OKTAGONMMA.com/fantasy. OKTAGON Fantasy League. Who will you choose?
Krásné, dobré odpoledne, dámy, pánové, chlapci, děvčata, moji milí samurové a hlavně moji milí bratia Slováci. Ahoj, my jsme Cirkus OKTAGON. Pojďte se zahrát potleskem, nikoli pro mě samozřejmě, ale pro naše bojovníky. No, říkal jsem si, vážení venku, jestli to není příliš odvážné, takhle na začátku oktobra neboli října. A naštěstí to jakž tak vyšlo.
Big decision at the beginning of October, but we won't be dressing down too much because we want this to be fun for all of you. Many welcome to everyone who's watching online too. Tomorrow we'll have OKTAGON 77 in Bratislava. I see our champ, Lucia Silent Killer Sabová. A round of applause for her. She's the only Slovakian champ at the moment. She's standing right amongst you there. No other Slovaks hold the title, but this could happen perhaps in the future, and we want to root for the Czech and Slovak fighters. You can watch tomorrow's event at OKTAGON.tv. You can also watch it live in Typos Arena. Let's get to it. And let's start with the first fight.
Polský původem kickboxer, ale teď už
Polish kickboxer and now MMA fighter Mateusz Duk Duczmal.
cm, 33 let, 4 vítězství, 4 KO a jeho oficiální váha je 93,3. Tak. Jeho soupeřem bude francouzský borec, který se vrací po delší odmlce a poslední porážce, ale v 31 letech chce znovu naskočit na vítěznou vlnu a baví nás svými zápasy, a to je Jorik Montaňák.
Coming here is Jorik Montaňák.
Welcome back, Jorik. 31 let, 188 cm, 9 zápasů, 6 vítězství, jedno legendární KO, 3 porážky a jeho oficiální váha je 93,3. Za Neruda Cup nastupuje v rámci
Hot Peppers Prague.
Je to nejtěžší zápas na zítřejší kartě, který to celý otevře lehce po 18. hodině, takže potlesk pro oba muže. Thank you guys. Děkuji bardzo. Merci beaucoup. Zapomněl jsem samozřejmě, jak už mi hlava neslouží a roky tečou, představit i lidi, kteří stojí se mnou na pódiu, tak trošku sobecky. Paolo Neruda, krstný otec OKTAGONu, to už jste tady viděli. Brian, Lacey, the English voice of OKTAGON.
I remembered his name, that's great.
Pablo Picante a holky.
Touš and the girls.
Nemám vždycky svůj den, co jako?
Well,
pojďme na to. Druhý zápas a první ženský, jediný zápas, který nebude podle pravidel MMA, bude podle pravidel undergroundu, to znamená malé rukavice, ale v podstatě K1 nebo Thai-box, chcete-li v malých rukavicích, což je vždycky záruka kvality a především obě děvčata jsou zárukou obrovské kvality, protože jsou světové šampionky a jako první přichází německá žena, 38letá
Atenea Flores.
a ten má 38 let.
38 years of age.
Mimo jiné šampionka různých organizací zápasy, ale i
She's the champion of many different organizations. She fought in Enfusion for the title, and she's 54.9,
165 cm.
165 centimeters tall.
Její soupeřkou pak bude legenda domácí scény, žena, která už získala naprosto vše, co získat mohla, ale pořád v sobě má ten oheň, aby získávala ještě další úspěchy pro Slovensko ve světě, a to je Monika
Volcano Chochlíková.
Kožíšek je jako nový.
I love your outfit.
29 let, 170 cm. Wow.
177 centimeters tall. Oh, that's spicy.
Dneska to máme i s takovouhle vložkou.
And we see a little statement there.
Oficiální váha je 54,8, 54.8,
Victory Jim Trenčín.
Tomáš Tadlánek, její trenér, a tady je přísný stare down.
And now this is a strict stare down.
Monika Chochlíková tedy i s jasným vzkazem. No a jdeme na třetí zápas, na prelims. Přiznám se, že jsem vůbec vlastně nevěděl, jak postavit tu kartu, aby někoho jako neurazil, že bude startovat moc brzo nebo moc pozdě. Nejlepší je to s Ivanem Buchingerem, ten chce vždycky startovat co nejdřív, ten by neradi startoval na prelims, což se samozřejmě zase nedá udělat, vzhledem k tomu, že to je legenda. Každý zápas je jako kdyby byl hlavní, a především každý zápas je pro každého toho bojovníka nebo bojovnici extrémně důležité, a to platí i pro dva muže, kteří sice mají pozitivní rekordy, ale ve svých posledních zápasech našli přemožitele, a tak si budou zítra chtít spravit chuť. Jako první přichází borec, který v červnu v Edenu porazil Romana Pavluse a dnes, respektive zítra, narazí na jeho stárového kolegu, a to je Belgičan Eitan de Pape.
Please welcome Eitan de Pape.
Eitan má 30 let, 177 cm, 19 zápasů, že to velmi zkušený borec, 13 vítězství, 6 ukončení a 6 porážek. Je to Belgičan, který naskočil proti Romanu Paulusovi a dokázal zvítězit. Jeho oficiální váha je 66 kg, 66, a jeho soupeřem bude muž, který dokázal vyhrát OKTAGON výzvu a v Bratislavě předvádí vždy fantastické zápasy, po kterých si velmi rád dá vítězné pivko, a v jedno takové věří i zítra, a tím je Karol Bomby-Ryšavý. 32 let, 181 cm, jeho oficiální váha je 66,2 kg, 23 zápasů, 14 vítězství, 12 ukončení, pouze 2 zápasy, které vyhrál, neskončily před limitem. I to je pozvánka na zítřek. Rodák ze Sence v Kalifornii, Karol Bomby-Ryšavý. A proti němu Eitan de Pape. Karolko, zase zpátky doma, co jsi viděl v jeho očích a na co se můžeme zítra těšit?
What did you see in his eyes and what can we expect tomorrow? Well, what I saw is that he wants to get the win, but I won't let him. I will give my best performance, and I really am looking forward to that celebratory beer I'm going to have here in Bratislava. And I really appreciate the support I get from the people here. So please support local fighters. Thank you, this was Karol Bomby-Ryšavý.
A my jdeme dál. První karta obsahuje hned 2 ženské zápasy a ten druhý je v rámci pravidel MMA, a až z Brazílie do studené Bratislavy přijela Carolina Araujo.
Ana Carolina Araujo.
Devatenáct let, pouze 166 cm, ale už 5 profesionálních zápasů, 3 vítězství, z toho 2 KO, výborná posádka, která začínala s tajským boxem, má na svém kontě také několik amatérských zápasů a její oficiální váha je 57 kg, 57 kg. Její soupeřkou bude žena, která tady v Bratislavě v OKTAGONu nevykročila úplně šťastnou nohou, přišla o vítězství těsně před koncem posledního kola, ale od té doby je bezchybná a předvádí neuvěřitelné výkony a zítra se těší na své potenciálně 7. vítězství kariéry a to je Veronica Smolková.
Veronica Sweetheart Smolková.
Veronika má 23 let.
23 years of age. Nobody wants to step on the
163 cm, její oficiální váha je 57 kg.
She weighed in at 57 kilograms. Lucia Sabová said she's never trained with someone who has this type of cardio, who's this strong. So let's see how it goes tomorrow.
Veronika má 6 vítězství z 9 zápasů, 4
6
ukončení.
wins, 4 finishes, 9 total fights. And 3 losses for
Veroniko, zítra KO, submise,
Are you
anebo
expecting a
body?
KO, submission, or a decision? I'm hoping for a KO. Well, at least make it a win. I want to give you a good, interesting fight that the fans get to enjoy, and I want to enjoy it too. We will be looking forward to that. So this was Veronica Smolková.
No a poslední zápas na té první kartě bude souboj dvou mužů, kteří zkušenostmi jsou od sebe daleko, ale v poslední době slovenský borec sbíral jedno vítězství za druhým, zatímco ten německý stál trošku stranou kvůli různým zraněním a teprve teď se vrací po více než roce do hry a tím je 33letý
Konrad Kony Dyrška. He's 33 years of age.
180 cm, 33 let, UFD Gym, 19
zápasů,
16 vítězství, 1 no contest, pouze 2 porážky z těch 16 vítězství, 9 před limitem.
9 finishes before the limit.
Už dlouho neviděli jeho oficiální váha je 71,9 kg, 71.9. A jeho soupeřem bude kluk, kterému se dá říkat jako slovenský samuraj, ale také cigo, tím je Tomáš Cigánik. Ráno měli hodně přísný staredown, 27 let, 71,5 kg na váze,
71.5 kilos, he's from the Spartacus Fight Gym. 8 fights, 6 wins, 3 submissions, only 2 losses. And tomorrow he will face the most difficult opponent of his career.
Hlavní zápas první karty.
The main card, the main fight of the pre-card, this was an intense stare down again.
Cigo, jedna otázka, takhle jsem tě ještě
just
neviděl
one
vlastně,
question for you.
jak
I
ráno,
haven't
tak
seen you like this in the morning and even now. The stare downs are very intense. Is there something between you? I didn't notice. No, nothing special. You saw that I had an intense stare down with Hamilton too, but when he's coming to kill me, I need to go and try and kill him. For me, the war started in the morning when we were making weight. So personally, I have no issues with him, but this fight is very, very personal for me. Because basically we're going into the cage to destroy each other's lives. So that's my journey and it's very close to my heart. It's a personal thing for me. So I'm going in there to get the win for Slovakia tomorrow. Okay, so nothing but hard strikes tomorrow. We will see that tomorrow. Tomáš Cigo Cigánik.
No a teď se pojďme podívat na to, jak bude vypadat první zápas na hlavní kartě.
Two stand-up experts on their way to joining the MMA elite will come face-to-face in the cage. In his recent duels, Marko Novak earned the reputation of a fighter who gets better every time he steps inside the cage. There is no doubt that the former Muay Thai world champion has transformed into a complete fighter. In OKTAGON, he convincingly dominated Rochelle and Kahela.
Oh, look at that.
In both duels, he demonstrated he significantly expanded his arsenal. Now, before a home crowd, he'll be looking to score the 7th win of his career, but he'll be entering the cage against another highly experienced striker. Daniel Solaya is a former 3-time K1 world champion with dynamite in his fists. In Octagon, he already scored a victory over the previously undefeated Federico. He is also constantly working on his versatility at the UFD gym. This is proved by the fact that his only finish so far came by way of submission. Get ready for a thrilling duel that will determine which of these two warriors can take it to the next level.
Pojďme tedy na to, hlavní karta, hlavní kartu, otevřete ten skvělý zápas dvou vynikajících postojářů, kteří se ale transformovali velmi dobré bojovníky MMA. Jako první přichází německý doktor Daniel Solaya.
The German doctor, Daniel Solaya.
Během 2 týdnů zhodil neuvěřitelných 16 kg,
he lost 16 kilos, 32 years, 177 centimeters, and he weighed in at 66.3 kilograms.
To byla ranní váha, teď už tam vidím
I was in the morning, and now I see he's about 78 kilos, 5 wins.
Bude odchovanec bratislavského Hanuman Gymu, který tady sbíral světové a evropské tituly v tajském boxu, a se představí
an expert for Thai box, and tomorrow he'll be getting his 9th MMA fight. Marko Novák.
31 let, 180 cm,
31 years of age, 180 centimeters, 8 fights, 6 wins, 3 finishes. He weighed in at 66.2.
Novák versus Solaya.
This is Novak versus Solaya.
Zápas, který si rozhodně nenechte ujít.
Don't miss this fight tomorrow.
Jako
It
první
will
na hlavní
be directly after the break, the first fight on the main card.
Samozřejmě se začne přikládat
And then
do toho ohníčku ještě víc. Bude tady
more
zápas
intense. We have the Tips for Game Changer reserve fight. So let's take a look at the teaser.
The Tip Sport Game Changer reserve fight is sure to be one of the highlights of the evening. Samuel Pirat Kristofic is one of the most renowned fighters in Octagon history. The former interim champion and Octagon Challenge winner is one of only 2 men to knock out the legendary Carlos Vemola. He goes full throttle in the cage, as he recently demonstrated in a blood-soaked fight against rising star HUMBURGER. Although he was eliminated from the tournament, he was soon reinstated thanks to the lucky loser vote. Fans have put their favourite Pirat back in the game, and the local fighter is ready to defend the gates of the Slovak capital. But he has a huge challenge in front of him in the form of Jaime Cordero. The middleweight number 8 is in the form of his life and hasn't lost a fight in 2 years. A killer instinct runs through Cordero's blood. His fastest KO came in just 22 seconds. This time around, he's guaranteed to go for the finish from the opening seconds. Is he about to collect the most valuable scalp of his career? Or will Pirat defend the gates to the top 5 for now?
Velmi očekávaný zápas, turné Octagon 77, jako první přichází osmička váhy a muž, který má dynamit ve svých rukou, Jaime Cordero.
Dynamite in his fist, Jaime Cordero.
33 let, 181 cm, účastník německé výzvy, 12 zápasů, 9 vítězství, 7 ukončení. Jeden no contest a pouze 2 porážky za progresu v rámci Veronica Smolková. Králi Bratislavy, který získal tento titul v souboji s Novou Pukačem a muži, kterého všichni v kleci vidíte velmi rádi. Vítěz Octagon výzvy Samuel Pirat Kristofic. 36 let,
36 years
186
old,
cm.
186
Jeho
centimeters
oficiální
tall,
váha je
officially weighing
84
in at
kg.
84
17
kilograms.
vítězství, 10
17
ukončení.
wins, 10 finishes.
Titul prozatímního šampiona
The title
OKTAGONu
of
ve
the
střední váze.
interim champion in middleweight.
Intenzivní staredown.
What an intensive stare down. Pirate versus Cordero.
Piráte po 5 letech.
Pirate,
Po
after
5 letech
5
doma.
years, you're at home.
Velmi zajímavá, nevím,
What
jestli
an
říct maska.
interesting mask,
co ti napadlo?
costume. What were you thinking?
Tak som po 6,5 roka doma v Bratislave, v mojom ľude.
I was here in my hood here in Bratislava, so I just decided to do something a little bit differently.
Děti si velmi
Well, I
potěšil.
think the kids are having fun with this.
Zhodnotíš môj kostým, poď, raz,
Rate my
dva,
costume, 1, 2, 3.
Počkaj, keď teraz si robíš sa na srandu, že to bolo na hovno, ešte raz.
Hey,
Raz,
do it again,
dva,
do it again.
tri.
More.
Tomáš, ty buzerant. Krič, ja ťa
Thomas,
vidím. Raz, dva,
come on,
tri.
shout again. 1, 2, 3. That's more like it.
OK, já myslím, že to stačí. Na co se
Alright, I
můžeme
think
těšit
that's been
zítra?
enough. What can we look forward to?
Po nájazdníkovi, ktorý ma chce
Tomorrow, he wants to beat me down, but that won't happen. What I'm visualizing is a win, and we'll keep on going.
Děkujeme moc.
And we're looking forward to it. Samuel Pirát Krištofič.
Get ready for a battle between two European matadors who are at the top of the featherweight rankings. Ivan Buchinger is a living legend of Slovak MMA. The very first double champ in Octagon continues to hold his own against the young guns. Buchinger is a master of finishes, having finished an incredible 38 fights before the limit. His last two opponents found this out the hard way. He defeated Nafuka in Bratislava.
Buchinger firing more shots. That's it. Wow!
And finished the highly dangerous Lengal in front of a sold-out Eden arena.
54 fights and still taking scalps like that.
But he'll be put to the test by an elite opponent. Former UFC and Bellator fighter Richie Smolin made a spectacular debut in the Octagon cage, finishing Buchinger's rival Barbrick with a brutal finish.
Here we go.
There you go.
He scored his 12th finish and immediately ranked among the top fighters in the division. He'll be entering this bout on a 5-fight win streak, all of which he achieved before the limit with finishes. Get ready for an MMA bout of the highest caliber, but only one of these warriors will be able to fight for the vacant title.
Jdeme dál a samozřejmě jeden z fantastických zápasů nás čeká zítra poté, co sebral duši Vojtovi Barborikovi v Hamburgu, se pokusí o to samé se slovenskou legendou tady v Bratislavě. Irský bojovník Richie Smolin
will try to fight Ivan Buchinger. Richie Smolin.
34 let, 175 cm, 19 zápasů, 15 vítězství, 12 ukončení, 1 contest a pouze 3 porážky ve velmi bohaté kariéře tohoto muže z SBG Ireland. Jeho oficiální váha je 70,3, 10 kg,
70.3 kilograms.
Jeho soupeřem však nebude nikdo jiný než muž, který se tady jako první v Bratislavě stal dvojnásobným králem Octagonu, když ovládnul hned 2 váhy najednou. Ivan Buchinger! 39 let, 175 cm a 55 zápasů, 45 vítězství za Fit for You zítra do svého 56. zápasu.
Facing out for the 56th time tomorrow.
Ivane, jedna rychlá otázka.
One quick question for you. How are you going to be winning tomorrow?
Buď submission alebo takeout.
It'll be a TKO or a submission.
Sú tam nejaké možnosti,
There are other options, could be decision, but I've seen his fights, and he can take a lot. It might be a decision, but I think it's a submission or a TKO.
Should we close our eyes for the first round again?
Let's hope that you don't have to do it. I get to begin from the very first round, but it's very difficult for me. Look at me.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck for tomorrow. We're looking forward to seeing you, Ivan Buchinger.
A major favorite to win will battle it out in the cage against this year's blazing Comet, but only one can claim a place in the final. Upon his arrival in Octagon, Krzysztof Jotko wasted no time showing he is the real deal. First, as a cold-blooded strategist, he outsmarted welterweight champion Jon Serdu.
Head kick lands.
Then he unleashed hell in the cage and took down the formidable Marek Mazuk by a technical KO.
Elbows coming down. This is going to be it. He's called it.
Jotko boasts 27 victories on his record. Another big triumph could lead him even closer to complete domination. But in the semi-finals, he'll be put to the test by a man who's forging a remarkable legacy. Hojad Hadjivan has proved he'll do whatever it takes to make his dreams come true. First, he won 2 reserve fights and became the first fighter to finish Lukasz Siwiec.
Oh, and another one. Oh, no! Look at this hammer fist coming down! Oh, wow!
Then the chance he'd been waiting for finally arrived, and he seized it with both hands.
Byla by to docela senzace, kdyby Kadževan postoupil přes 2 rezervní zápasy.
Now Hadjivan is 1 victory away from a place in the finals. That's the motivation that drives him forward every day. Will the crowd in Bratislava witness him brutally thwart the plans of another favourite to win?
Neuvěřitelný příběh tohoto
What an
zápasu, kdy
unbelievable
Hojad Kadževan jako
story of
jediný
this
muž
fight.
pyramidy
Hojad
za
Kadževan, as the
sebou
only
už
man
má
of the
3
pyramid,
vítězné
has had
zápasy.
3
A do toho
winning
4.
matches in this pyramid, and this is his 4th. He's going to be facing off against the biggest favorite of the pyramid, Krzysztof Jotko, and
jako první přichází
fighting
na
for
řadu
up to
tedy
1
Hojad
million euros.
Kadževan.
Hojad Kadževan.
...35 let,
35 years old, 188 centimeters tall, weighing in at 84.3 kilos.
14 zápasů, 10
14
vítězství,
fights,
7
10 wins,
ukončení
7 finishes.
a jeho životní i zápasový příběh je příběhem
Life story
odhodlání a
full of
samozřejmě také velký
determination
vítězství, ale
and big
ještě
wins.
daleko víc vítězství ve své
But
kariéře.
there's
Získal
somebody
polský
who's had
bojovník,
even
který, jak
more
jsem říkal, je
wins.
největším
Polish
favoritem
fighter,
Sport
the
Game Changer,
biggest
a tím je
favorite
Krzysztof Jotko.
the Game Changer pyramid, and that's Krzysztof Jotko.
36 let,
36 years
188
old,
cm.
188 centimeters tall.
American Top Team
American
a
Top
také
Team
Planet
member,
Eater
Planet Eater
34 zápasů, 27 vítězství, 9
34
ukončení, 8
wins,
KO, jediná
27 wins,
submise. Jeho
8
oficiální váha je
KOs, 1 submission,
84,9,
weighing
84,9.
in at 84.9 kilos.
Semifinále Tip Sport Game Changer,
The semi-final of the Tip Sport Game Changer, which will see one of these men moving on to the finals, winning or competing for 300,000 euros.
Buckle up and get ready for a fight that is sure to have explosive exchanges.
Chepo does what Chepo does.
That's the case every time Vlasto Chepo enters the arena. A warrior who's always ready to unleash hell the second the cage door closes. Recently, Erhan Cartel found this out the hard way after Chepo demolished him in just 4 minutes.
Oh, he got... Oh! Erhan Cartel is in trouble. Chepo piling it on. That's it! Vlasto Chepo, 12 first-round finishes.
He has a fire in his eyes and makes his...
This is one that could be quick because we'll see 2 fighters who really pack a punch, who can send you to sleep with 1 punch, and that's why this is the semi-main fight, and for the first time fighting outside of Germany, here in Bratislava, 26 years old, from Stuttgart, Daniel Schwind.
11 zápasů, 8
11
vítězství,
fights, 8 wins,
z toho 7 KO a
7
1 submise.
KOs and
Všechny
1
své
submission.
zápasy
All
ukončil
of
před
his
limitem. Jeho
fight were
oficiální váha
finished
je
before the limit,
84,2,
weighing it at
84,2.
84.2 kilos.
Jeho soupeřem ale nebude nikdo
Facing
jiný
off
než borec,
against
který
none
tady v
other
Bratislavě
than
doručuje
the
vždy
guy who always
naprosto
delivers
šokující
in
zápasy
Bratislava,
a
who
nejen zde,
always
celá
delivers
jeho
a
kariéra je
shocking
protkána
fight.
neskutečnými KO
This whole
a tím
career
borcem
has
není
seen
nikdo
some great
jiný než
KOs, and that's
El
none other than
Chapo,
El Chapo, Vlasto Chepo.
30 let, 185 cm,
30 years
16
old,
zápasů, 13 vítězství,
185
13
centimeters,
ukončení,
13 wins,
všechny své vítězné
13
zápasy
finishes. All of his
ukončil před
wins
limitem
have been
a stejně
finished
tak to plánuje i
before the
zítra.
limit, and that's his plan for tomorrow.
Dva velmi přísné stardowny, jak ráno, tak odpoledne, mezi nimi nebylo víc
The
než
first one in the morning
pár
and the one we
milimetrů.
just saw. Only a
Vlasto,
couple
tebe se
millimeters
musím
separating
zeptat,
them. Vlasto, I have
Bratislava
to ask
samozřejmě
you,
speciální místo pro
Bratislava
tebe,
is
jak
a
moc se
special
těšíš,
place
co
for
od tebe
you.
zítra
How
můžeme
much are
čekat?
you excited and what can we expect tomorrow?
Well, I trust that I will show the performance of the night because we're tough guys. I haven't fought in Bratislava in a long time. My last fight was one of the most interesting to watch, so I'm trying
Necháš
to do
se
the
trenéry
same
svazovat
tomorrow.
taktikou, nebo se nemusíme
Are
bát?
you going to listen to your coach's tactics?
In my tactics, my strategy is always to try and hit it with the first punch I get. But you always think about tactics, but every hit can change that, so it's quite difficult to hold on to that.
Maximálně těšit
Well,
na
we'll
KO
be looking
taktiku.
forward to
Vlasto
your
El
KO
Chapo Chepo.
tactics and plans. Vlasto Chapo Chepo.
A champion will come head to head with a rising star in a ruthless battle to claim the last spot in the finals. At Svanica, Kerim ENGIZEK scored a lightning-quick finish over seasoned warrior Stanton to boldly enter the top 4.
That's going to be it! Oh! The champion continues through!
But he plans to go even further. Indeed, he'll settle for nothing less than complete domination of the whole tournament. He hasn't tasted defeat in over 10 years and boasts a 16-fight win streak. 14 of those victories came via finish. He already owns an Octagon belt. In Bratislava, he'll face off against a man mountain who's been defying all expectations this year.
Er wird sehr nicht spät sein härtester Puncher sein, gegen den der gekämpft hat. Und wenn ich schlage, dann ist anders, als wenn andere Jungs schlagen.
Ta jeho neporazitelnost se mnou asi jako úplně nic moc nedělá. MMA, na každého chlapa je chlap.
Czech warrior Dominik Humburger continues to blow fans away with his electrifying performances. So far, he's achieved 9 KO victories in his pro career. He scored 2 of those triumphs on what has been a truly incredible journey through this year's Tip Sport Game Changer tournament. After a breathtaking battle against Pirat, he sent shockwaves around the arena after scoring a win over Mark Hulm.
Captain Czechia reigns once again!
Humburger grows as a fighter. Now he'll face his biggest challenge yet. Will Humburger carry that Czech flag into the final, or will ENGIZEK stop him in his tracks?
Nejen Česko, ale Slovensko je
Not
země
Czechia, but
příběhů a věříme,
Slovakia is
že
the country
podobný
of
příběh se může
stories, and we
psát
believe
i
that a
zítra,
similar story
kdy se
will be made
český
tomorrow.
bojovník postaví
A
do
Czech
cestě
fighter
šampionovi a po
standing in the way of a
vítězství, které
champion
málo kdo
after
z vás
2
čekal, si
wins
možná
that were
připíše
very
to třetí. To uvidíme.
unexpected,
V každém případě
and we might see a third
semifinále
one
Tip
tomorrow.
Sport Game Changer
The
a v něm
semifinal
poslední česká
of the Tip
vlajka
Sport Game Changer, the last
Hambáč, Humburger.
Czech representative, Dominik Hambáč Humburger.
29 let, 190
29 years
cm.
old, 190 centimeters tall for Hot Peppers Prague.
11 vítězství, z toho
11
9
wins,
KO.
9 KOs.
Proti němu však přichází muž,
Facing off
který
against him
neprohrál
will
už více
be
než
a man who
10
hasn't
let.
lost
A
in
navíc
over
je
10
šampionem
years,
OKTAGONu
and
a
the
předvádí
current
naprosto
reigning
dominantní
champion of his
výkony.
division
34letý
has shown
turecký bojovník
dominant performances.
Kerim ENGIZEK.
34-year-old Kerim ENGIZEK.
34 let,
34 years old,
187 cm,
187 centimeters, 27 fights, 23 wins,
18 ukončení před
18
limitem
finishes
a
before
jeho
the limit,
oficiální váha
and his
je
official weight is 84.4 kilos.
Tip Sport Game Changer semifinal.
Tip Sport Game Changer semifinal.
Dominiku, jestli se nepletu, první zápas v Bratislavě v kariéře a na Slovensku.
I've already been here, but that was at the very beginning of my career.
Další hlavní zápas,
in any case, another main event against a champion this time, and you said that this is your dream, standing against the champion. You promised yourself that this would be the fight of the night, so how will you beat Kerim?
However I can. I'm expecting a very tough fight. He's a champion. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very happy to have gotten this opportunity.
Will you be walking out with your dog?
This is not a. This is more of a couch dog.
Well, we'll be rooting for you and good luck. Captain Czechia, called that by Brian Lacey, Dominic Humburger.
You just said it's gonna be fight of the night. So are you expecting big battle, not a quick fight?
100%. It will be the fight of the night for sure. We are the boost fighter as a banger. You will see tomorrow.
How you will beat him?
You will see. It's a surprise.
Okay. Any prediction?
Yeah, prediction, knockout power. You know my fights. Everybody knows I have a good right hand.
Okay, thank you very much and good luck for tomorrow. Kerim ENGIZEK semifinále říkal, zítra to bude zápas večera, porazím ho pravděpodobně svojí pravou rukou, víte, že mám moc dobrý pravý hák. Tohle, dámy a pánové, vše, těšíme se na vás extrémně, zítra to bude neskutečný turnaj, pak když ještě nemáte lístky, najdete je na ticket portálu a jinak nás sledujte na
Ticket Portal. Thank you so much for coming out. It was a bit cold, but you definitely made it warm here. You warmed it up. See you tomorrow at the Tipos Arena.
There'll be fireworks over Bratislava. The battle to enter the Tip Sport Game Changer European MMA Middleweight Champions League Finals with €1 million at stake. Octagon middleweight champion Kerim ENGIZEK will be representing Turkey once again. He's riding high on a 16-fight win streak and plans on conquering all of Europe. In the battle of a lifetime, he'll be going up against the unstoppable Dominic Humburger. In every bout, the Czech star shocked his opponents with his incredible strength and stamina. Will he bring an end to ENGIZEK's 10-year undefeated streak as well? A ruthless shootout between the hardest hitters in Octagon. Two highly respected strikers who want all their duels before the limit finally go head-to-head. Chepo versus Schwind. The second Tip Sport Game Changer semi-final. Polish legend and world number 39 Jodko boasts 11 wins in the UFC organization. He'll be battling it out in the cage against the man who destroys the favorites to win. Iranian wrestler Hadjivan, who scored a sensational finish over Vavzhianyak in the quarterfinals. Lightweight number 2, champion of world organizations and Slovak legend, Ivan Buchinger will go face-to-face with the tough Irishman Smolin, who boasts experience in the UFC, 4 wins in Bellator and the scalp of Buchinger's biggest rival, Barbaric.
There you go!
Get ready for the much-anticipated Tip Sport Game Changer reserve fight. One of Octagon's biggest names, middleweight number 4 Pirat Kristofic, who scored a KO victory over the legendary Vemola, is coming after the scalp of German lightning-quick KO machine, Jaime Cordero. And you can also look forward to a battle between 2 world champions in stand-up fighting, as Marko Novak takes on Daniel Salaya. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Octagon 77, ENGIZEK versus Humburger. Purchase the pay-per-view and be transported to a front row seat for the entire tournament at OKTAGON.tv. OKTAGON Fantasy, Europe's first official MMA fantasy league. Free for all fans. Register. Choose 3 fighters. Earn points. Win prizes. And unforgettable experiences. Start playing right now. Free on OKTAGONMMA.com/fantasy. OKTAGON Fantasy League. Who will you choose?